New facial. So we'll be looking at another post on the Korean Eternity section about faces in Mabinogi and how they're going to be reworked in Unreal Engine. So Eternity supports 3-dimensional facial expressions. In this post, I'd like to take time to explain the new facial appearance of Eternity. So currently in Mabinogi, all eyes and mouths are implemented by rendering textures, 2D pictures, onto the face mesh 3D model. To put it simply, blinking eyes, beauty coupons, smiling faces, and crying faces are all implemented by replacing the textures that are rendered at the time. Okay, so this is showing how like the eyes and the face work. So you can see like the examples here and here, and this is like how blinking works. But it's already been 20 years since Militians have lived in Erin. In the meantime, the world has developed rapidly and the appearances of characters in games have become more standardized day by day. These days, games implement beautiful appearances with mesh molding rather than textures. Since textures are only 2D images, it is difficult to express 3-dimensionality or natural movements. Despite the painstaking efforts and research into extreme expressions possible with textures, there are fundamental limits to the range of expressions possible with textures. However, the data accumulated over decades of service and technical limitations of the old engine were holding us back, and it was difficult to proceed while modifying the structure of the game that was already in the midst of a fierce live service. But we are working on replacing it with Unreal Engine. If that's the case, wouldn't Mabinogi also be able to have characters with beautiful appearances like in modern games? Since we're making a new one anyway. But there are some things to consider first. So first, there is a cartoon-like emotional expression unique to Mabinogi that is only possible with textures. This kind of expression is hard to make with mesh, and even if you do, it doesn't have the unique feel of a texture. I mentioned earlier that it's hard to bring out a sense of 3-dimensionality with texture, but in this case it's more natural expression to remove the sense of 3-dimensionality. If you look closely at the first expression in particular, the mouth is sticking out of the face, which you can see here, which is a very ambiguous part to make with mesh. Also, these cartoonish expressions are a unique sensibility of Mabinogi. And second, if you decide to express all the existing texture eyes with meshes, you can't help but think about the fate of the hundreds of existing texture eyes. Since it's a game that's been in service for a long time, there are cases where the resolution of old resources is low, causing a jagged staircase phenomenon in the eyebrows. Then there may be an option to upscale old texture resources, in which case there may be a slight change in impression. From the developer's point of view, the intention was to provide a clearer appearance by cleaning up with the lines and increasing the resolution, but the change in impression felt by the Militians was much greater than we expected. Therefore, even simple upscaling is an area that must be approached carefully. After much internal thought and discussion, we decided to remake all texture eyes in mesh form, except for the expression textures that appear briefly. We will do our best to minimize the difference in impression that will occur during this process. Because of the issues mentioned above, we couldn't completely abandon the eyes or mouths expressed with texture. We sought a way to express both. First of all, since the basic eye expression has changed from texture to mesh, the method of simply replacing the stickers to be attached to the mesh as shown above cannot be used. Instead, the mesh itself for the eye area needs to be replaced. To do this, Eternity had to separate the face part into eye, mouth, face, shape sections. So here you can see the three different sections. There's the face, and then there's the eyes, and then there's the mouth. In the future, instead of just replacing the stickers that go on the eyes or mouth area, you'll be replacing the eyes or chin itself. To continue with the following explanation, we first need to know about morphing. It's similar in 3D. It's a smooth connection between mesh in state A to mesh in state B. Morphing allows you to create a variety of expressions from a single eye-mouth mesh. For a completely different shaped eyes, such as Beauty Coupon, you must replace the mesh itself. So how do we express both mesh eyes and texture eyes through this morphing thing? From now on, Eternity's characters are Transformers. The purpose of this unidentified mask is as follows. So when making an expression that can only be expressed with this type of texture, the mask moves forward in front of the eyes through morphing, attaching texture to the advanced mask. When it returns to the default expression after a certain amount of time has passed, back again through morphing behind the eyes. This process allowed us to express both texture and mesh expressions as needed. And you can see how like the texture expression like pushes out and moves, it covers the eyes. So that's how that works. But in the actual game, it's processed in a split second, so you don't notice these processes. But like, this is what's really going on. That's cool. The mouth is processed in the same way as the eyes. So far, we have introduced you to Eternity's new facial system. How do you like it? I'm already excited to walk around in Erin with my new look. I hope you Militians like it too. So yeah, this was a very interesting read about like how faces currently work in Leon Engine and how they're going to work in Unreal Engine. Alright, let's look at some Eternity gameplay here. So this is like the Dumbarton area, right outside the Moongate. This looks really good.
어떠실까요? 익숙하면서도 새로운
What do you
느낌이죠.
think? It feels familiar yet new.
방송으로 보고 계신
Many
분들은
people watching are
지금도
probably
계신
watching the
분들도 계실 거예요.
broadcast now.
네. 차이가 좀 많이 느껴지실까요?
Do you feel a lot of difference?
네. 하지만 이제 지금 라이브 서버에서 보실 수 있는 덤바튼도 우리를 21년 동안 맞이해준 그 정겨움과 매력이 있죠.
And there's a cutscene when you enter Dumbarton here, which is pretty cool.
네, 덤바튼 들어갈 때 개발 버전으로 컷신을 만들어 봤습니다. 덤바튼 전경을 한번 보여드리고요. 네, 분수대에 드디어 물이 흐릅니다.
Yeah, the fountain looks really good. And we've known about the added staircases for a while. Make it easier to move around.
안녕하세요.
Looks like that character has one of the newer cattails.
저는 웃는 모습이 예쁜 이 캐릭터의 시연을 맡기고 네, 올라가서 뵙겠습니다.
Oh, and this is just a brief part where the director talks to the audience. So we'll skip through most of this and get right back to the gameplay. Yeah, there's the director, the Korean director of Mabinogi.
소식에 이어드리는 즐거운 시간이 되시고
반응도 마찬가지였습니다. 인터넷 걸로 알고 정말 많은 플레이할 수 있는
산에 저희가 네
그런 내용이 찾으셨는데 한다는 게 어떤 느낌 로그인해서 접속했던
소개.
Okay, now we're back in game. I like this skill bar down here. I think this looks fine. I hope we can move it around though. Like, I'd like to have the freedom to move it like anywhere we want on the screen. That'd be kind of cool.
참고하시고 양해해서 봐주시면 감사하겠습니다.
네. 아까 전에 그
And in the very top right corner, you can see like the clock up here.
어디 한번 딴 데로 가볼까요? 어디 가볼 수 있는데?
한번 이동해 보겠습니다.
밤이네요, 밤.
Showing like the in-game time. They don't have a mini-map, so maybe the mini-maps aren't done yet.
네.
성당이잖아요. 스테인드 글라스네.
네. 스테인드 글라스도 저렇게 예쁘게 표현이 돼 있습니다.
And then they have like a health bar and a mana bar and a stamina bar below the skill stuff. Looks kind of similar to how it looks like on like FF14's interface. And a couple of other games.
크리스텔 많이 지금 외치고 계신데 크리스텔 한번 대화를 해볼까요?
좋네요. 예.
So they're gonna talk to Crystal.
밀레시안 여러분들이면은 아마 눈치채셨을 수도 있을 것 같은데 좀 포트레이트에 살짝 변화가 있죠. 네, 이게 몸도 생겼고 인상도
I like how they redid
기존
books.
매력을 살리면서
That's pretty
변화를
cool.
조금 줘봤습니다. 네.
I like how the animation looks when you turn like a page in the book. It's like you're actually like reading a real book, and that's really cool.
그 마음을 같이 동화할 수 있는 그런 세심한 그런 부분까지 신경 쓰셨다는 생각이 좀 드는데 크리스텔과의 대화는 뭐 계속 하고 싶지만
네.
어떻게 더 대화를 나눠봐요 우리?
대화는 이제 더 깊게 나눌 필요 없을 것 같고 좀 이동해 볼까요?
딴 데 볼까요, 딴 데? 예. 여러분들.
Oh, and that's the inventory. Hang on. No, wait. Let's go back a second.
필요 없을 것 같고 좀 이동해 볼까요?
딴 데 볼까요?
Just take a look at that. So yeah, there's the inventory. I like the way that looks. That looks pretty similar to what we have already without any like huge changes. Overall, I'm a big fan of that. And it looks like the hanger there, that's probably the style tab, and then there's a bunch of other tabs for like other things. I'm sure one of these Like this might be the me inventory, and then like one of these is probably the VIP inventory too, and like another one's probably like Echo Stones.
아 여러분들을 위한 그
I think they're gonna show off the well
물이
next.
있으니까
야.
물을 떠봐야죠.
This is pretty cool. I like the animation for gathering water. How like the bucket goes down into the well like that and then comes back up.
도르래가
That's really
밥을
cool.
받고 있습니다. 우물물.
물도 이렇게 한번 떠보고 이제 계속 이동을 해보겠습니다. 물 그만 드세요. 빨리 이동하시죠.
목마르니까.
네, 서점 쪽으로 한번 가볼까 합니다.
서점. 서점하면 우리가 떠오르는
서점하면은 또
아이랑가?
이렇게
아이라죠?
눈치채셨을까요?
Yeah, the
네,
bookstore. This looks nice.
허리를 조금 펴줬어요. 그리고
I think they updated her portrait a little bit too.
조금 더 똘망똘망해졌죠.
책 많이 읽어갖고 힘들었는데 그런 부분에 대한 얘기를 좀 해주셨네. 정말 한 땀 한 땀 정성이 얼마나 많이 들어갔는지가 지금 이 장면에서 좀 보이네요.
네.
네.
다음은 학교로 가볼까요?
학교요. 맞아. 어이구. 스튜어트 선생님.
And Sewer is outside the magic school. A couple of the NPCs are outside of the buildings they would usually be inside of.
스튜어트 선생님이 심고구랑
Oh yeah, they say like construction of this school is underway, so like the insides of buildings are not done yet. And let's go back up
심고구랑 같이 함께 하고 있는.
right over here. You can also see how some of the grass is like clipping through the stone here. I'm not sure if that's like intentional or not. I don't know if they'll change that or not.
여러분께도 신고구의 축복이 있으시길 바랍니다.
And here's the new staircase. So instead of just the wall being here, there's actually a staircase here now. Plus the two staircases on the left and right sides. Like by the bookstore and then the one way over there. So yeah, that's great. I think having the stairs in the center there makes it a lot easier to just go to the magic school.
나중에 내부도 한번 기대해 볼게요. 예. 이제 야도 좀 나왔는데 일단 아무래도 지난번 겨울에도 만나봤지만 이게 계단 생긴 것도 디테일을 많이 살리셨구나라는 좀 말씀을 많은 분들께서 해주시더라고요. 그러니까 이런 부분들이 계속 늘어나니까 더 밀레이션 분들이 이 다음 장면에 대해서 더 기대하시는 것 같아요. 또 한번 어디 가볼까요? 어디 가볼까요?
보겠습니다.
Yeah, Manus is in front of the healer's house there.
어이고, 야 많이 벌었네 구슬. 가로등 아유 씨.
올해 플레이하셨던 밀레시안 분들께는
So yeah, I'll be curious to read a post about what they plan on doing about like the insides of old outdated buildings.
끝까지 하시네. 어디 가나요?
네, 남쪽으로 한번 나가 보겠습니다. 왕감자가 네.
Oh, and there's some players gathering potatoes out here.
많이 캐는데?
네, 열심히 또 캐고 계십니다. 이상하네, 잘 나오네. 지금 확률 설정 잘못된 것 같은데.
휴지력기 슬쩍 뭔가 서리하는 사람인가?
잠깐만, 저기
이거
감자 소리를 하고 있습니다.
이거 서리. 해돋이다.
네, 어떻게 소리하신 거죠?
Listen to those sound effects when they attack rats.
잘 활동하셨는데. 예.
That's really good. Those sound effects. You can hear like the blade.
아까 감자 캐는 모습도 그렇고 이렇게 늑대를 잡는 모습을 보면은 개발 서버에서 이렇게 이런 모습을 보면 옛날 생각이 저희도 굉장히 많이 납니다.
The bears look really cool too.
용감하게도 곰한테 시비를 걸고 있어요.
그러니까 약간 그 옛날 향수를 느낄 수 있는 장면이 굉장히 많네요.
네.
좀 여러 탄데 그런데 좀 많이 거는 거 아니에요? 아이고. 아니 이 무기가 내가 하는 무기인데 저걸 들고 저렇게 되면 안 되는 거 아니에요? 말로 싸우는 거 아닌데.
And it looks like they're dying on purpose here to show us the death menu.
왜가?
컨트롤이 안 좋은 거 절대 아니고요. 이제 여러분들께 행동불능 보여드리고 싶어서.
Yeah, it looks really good.
이 곰이 진짜
아, 저 눈치 없는 곰을
끝내봐.
당장 처리하겠습니다.
아 이럴 수 있었구나. 아 그랬는데 참
나우를
나우가
보여드리고 싶었는데,
아이.
네, 저희가 갈 때만, 네,
갈 때만. 아 이거 진짜 다르네요. 갈 때만.
네, 굉장히 그 감성적인 모습들이 많이 연출이 되죠.
네, 사진 포인트도 많은 것 같아요.
네, 스샷 찍기 정말 좋을 것 같죠.
그리고 몰래 뭐가 젖소.
네, 그리고 이제 젖소도 나옵니다. 젖소가 나왔으니까 또 이제 우유를 짜봐요. 젖소 보이실까요? 이제 젖소에 털이 윤기가 좀 자르르 흐릅니다.
잘 먹었네. 예. 이런 디테일 어떠세요? 괜찮아요? 예. 이거 굉장히 많은 분들께서 이 윤기를 위해서 파이팅한 것도 도움이 되네. 예.
네, 그럼 또 이동을 해볼까요?
어디로 가나요?
네, 젖소가 있고
양털 되나?
네,
양?
양한테 한번 가보. 네, 양이 좀 있네요.
양?
아, 여긴 허브.
Oh, there's some herbs out here too. I didn't notice that when I first watched this.
원래 허브가 없는데 시연을 위해서 이제 한번 여기다가 이렇게 심어서 보여드려 본 거고.
아.
시연을 위해서 이제 한번 여기다가 이렇게 심어서. 허브가 없어요. 원래 허브가 없는데.
And you can see, like, back there, you can see the dungeon stone. So the dungeon stone guide, NPC, and all that stuff is back there. I don't think they go back there in this video, but at least they're getting the area set up.
시연을 위해서 이제 한번 여기다가 이렇게 심어서 보여드려 본 거고.
아. 네. 양털을 너무 고급도구로 깎는 거 아니에요?
Gathering some wool.
이게 또 마비노기의 묘미죠. 납으로 양털을 깎고 있습니다.
이게 양털 도대체 얼마짜리인 거예요?
Yeah, it looks alright.
정말 고급 양털이네. 손길 피하지. 나보고 너무 날카로워.
문게이트는
네.
지금은 작동을 하지 않지만 나중에 또 문게이트가 작동하는 예쁜 모습을 보여드릴 수 있을 것 같습니다. 안으로 들어가 보죠.
그러니까요. 양 얼굴도 너무 귀여웠어요.
아시다시피 지금 이제 실시간으로 흐르는 시간이다 보니까 낮도 되게 예쁜데 지금 밤이 돼서
Oh yeah, there's the unicorn statue.
여기는 네, 유니콘 동상입니다. 해외 밀리시안 분들도 여기 굉장히 애정하시는 장소거든요.
이분들 아까 봤던 분 같은데 신고구하고 북마정.
신고구가 자꾸 따라옵니다. 네.
네.
북마정도 여기 있고요.
화면을 너무 좋아하는데 이분들. 네.
유니콘 동상 어떠실까요?
이거 좋죠?
네,
포토 스팟 하면 이럴 만한 데가 없으니까 다 나머지 분들 사진 찍으러 왔구나. 예. 그러면 이거 또 다른 것도 할 수 있나요? 뭐
네, 한번 또 시몬한테 가보겠습니다. 아까 말씀드린 대로 내부 공사 중이라 시몬도 나와 있습니다.
날씨가 좋으니까 야외 작업 좋아요.
네, 그렇죠.
야외 작업 좋죠.
Yeah, and Simon's in front of his shop because it's just not done yet. Oh, so here's like the crafting menu for tailoring. That looks good.
이게
단순히 저희가 포팅만 하는 게 아니라 편의성이나 아니면 기능 측면에서도 훨씬 더 좋은 경험을 제공해 드리기 위해서 여러 가지로 고민하면서 개발을 하고 있습니다.
And the animations look good too.
저 물레도 딱 할 때만 돌아가네요.
네, 그렇죠. 이렇게 깨알 같은 연출도 신경 쓰고 있습니다.
디테일. 어깨 나가겠네 시몬. 어쨌든 뭐 어깨 좀 안 좋을 것 같은데.
저 어깨가 괜찮습니다.
네.
드디어.
쌩쌩해.
근데 저 얼굴은 지금 임시로 적용된 거라서 시몬이 갑자기 초미남이 된 건 아니고요. 네. 시몬도 이제 본인의 얼굴을 찾을 겁니다.
밤에 조명 밑에서는 좀 다르게 보이니까 또.
네.
네.
염색을 보여드리겠습니다.
Oh yeah, and the dyeing menu they're working on, that looks good.
이 의상도 이제 이터니티 버전으로 새로 만들어본 의상이고 그 의상에
So it looks like they're just doing like a test play of everything they've done like up until this point.
한뎁스에서 편하게 하실 수 있는 그런 방식을 지금 굉장히 고민을 많이 하고 있고요. 그리고 이제 염색뿐만이 아니라 다른 컨텐츠들도 이런 방식으로 이런 방향.
Because most of the stuff we've seen, like we've seen before in like previous updates, except for like the character creation menu.
저분이 리뷰를 참 좋아하세요. 네, 리뷰를
This time it's more about like actually testing out what they've done and like seeing how well it performs.
시연하시는 분이 계속 리뷰를 고집하고 있습니다.
누가 시연하셨는지는 정보를 주셨네요. 네.
이제 또 한번 다음 또 밖으로 나가 보겠습니다.
염색까지 딱 봤으니까 아무래도 우리가 고고? 어디요? 어디 가요?
가보자고 조금 올드한 것 같은데
실시간 디스.
자, 덤바튼 밖으로 나가서.
Alright, they're gonna fight an armored bear.
네, 아머베어가
이 피오드에 있던 친구 아니에요?
The armored bear looks pretty cool.
볼 수 있는 아머베어인데 보여드리고 싶어서 소환을 해봤습니다.
And you can see they haven't added the NPCs in front of it yet, but they have the commerce tent out there, the trading tent.
잘 아시겠죠? 지금 스킬도 저희가 새로 이제 기획된 스킬들을 적용해서 전투의 방향성을 지금 테스트를 해보고 있는 과정이라고 보시면 됩니다.
아머베어도 훨씬 더 좀 뭔가 좀 다른 느낌 나네요.
네. 그리고 지금
Living outside the walls of Dumbarton must be kind of scary. I mean, there's a light on in that house next to them. Imagine just like being a simple farmer and like looking out your window and they're super-powered characters fighting a giant bear.
살려달라고. 파기 없대. 버리고 가자고? 어이, 세상은 그래요. 이렇게 날카로운 거예요.
여러분 저게 다 애드림입니다 지금.
어느 순간
굉장히 잘 해주고 계시네요.
본인들도 이렇게 즐기고 계시네.
네, 그리고 눈치채셨는지 모르겠는데 이동 속도도 지금 그냥 시연을 위해서 잠깐 적용한 게 아니라 실제로 지금보다 더 높은 이동 속도를 적용하고 거기서부터 게임을 재설계해보는 그런 과정을 거치고 있습니다.
Oh wait, did that person just activate Spellwalk? That one back there? Let's see.
재설계해보는 그런 과정을 거치고 있습니다.
Yeah, that must be what the effect for Spellwalk looks like. That blue aura like around their feet and legs.
저건 아까 제가 생성한 캐릭터네요.
맨 앞에 있다. 밀레시아님.
지금 여기 계신 분들은
Oh, and there's someone charging up Ice Spear. You can see the icon and the skill. Yeah, it looks good. So they're all showing a lot of stuff off.
시키지도 않은 멋을 부리고 네.
어떤 분들이에요?
네, 여기
Charging up Thunder.
실제 마비노기
I use Thunder a lot, so that looks pretty cool.
이터니티 개발팀 분들입니다. 인사 한번 하시죠.
안녕하세요. 이야, 이게 전 AI인 줄 알았는데 그게 아니었네요.
네, 실제 개발팀 분들이고
네.
지금 이 시간에도 개발을 진행하고 계시다가 이제 밀레시안 여러분들께 직접 이터니티의 모습을 보여드리고 싶어서 이렇게 모여봤습니다.
I want to show you what Eternity looks like. So yeah, they've done a good job showing what like we can expect from this update. So far, this looks really good.
오늘이요? 네. 주말에?
네, 지금 실제로 판교에 계십니다.
아니 왜 야아라고 하면서 속으로 다 웃고 있어요? 잘한다는 눈빛으로.
네, 행복하시죠? 여러분 그래도 행복하시죠?
And it's good that they all have like a variety of different like outfits and skills and stuff to show off.
네, 근데 진짜로 저분들 판파 오고 싶어 하셨는데 못 오셨죠.
아이고. 그래 다 행복하대요.
Like we see tails, halos.
보기 힘드니까. 이 개발진 여러분들도 좀 따뜻한 말씀 해주세요 그래도.
skills, wings.
개발팀 여러분, 네, 릴레이션 여러분께 지금 개발팀 여러분들 지금 고생하셨다고 박수 한번 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 아시다시피 판교까지 좀 멀어서
That character is showing the resting skill.
맞아. 이제 느끼셨다. 이제 느끼셨다. 아, 라이브다 정말. 생 라이브.
네, 이제 개발팀 분들 이제 돌아가셔서 다시 개발 마저 하시면 됩니다. 안녕.
맞아요. 배고프다 뭐 이런 얘기를 하는데 그래요. 뭐 퇴근도 중요하지만 인터넷 개발은 계속 돼야 되는 거니까 그렇죠? 예. 그러니까 여러분 안녕히 가세요. 개발하러. 뭐 퇴근은 뭐 그렇답니다.
아, 물론 할 일 다 하시면 퇴근하셔도 되죠. 할 일 다 하고 이제 퇴근하시면 돼요.
가족이 있어요는 너무 심하잖아. 어떻게?
화가 많이 나셨나 봐요.
뭘 자꾸 던지려고 그러네. 예.
So this is pretty cool. They've dropped some items on the floor here. It looks like there's some berries, and you can see them from a few different angles too. And then that's something from like tailoring, like maybe some thread. And then that's herb, probably a yellow or a gold herb.
저번에도 한번 보여드렸죠, 마나실드.
Oh, and there's a potato. Well, maybe that's, I don't know, that could be a coconut too. But there's that.
이분이 아까 그 개발 리더 분이신 거죠? 아까 우리 시연해 주신 분들.
아, 그리고 지금 이제 저 대신 시연을 통해서 여러분들께
So it's just cool to like see how even those items that are dropped on the ground look better.
저분은 네,
And there was the guy playing when the director was talking after the director went on stage.
수염이 없으시던데.
But yeah, that's pretty much all the gameplay from the fantasy party. Oh wait, where's Xanafiedlion at? Oh wait, there he is. Just took a little while to appear. Alright, let's start streaming Mabinogi today. So we are starting a little late today because OBS wanted to update and messed a bunch of stuff up, and then I had to fix a bunch of things there, so... That was fun. Well, let's get to the campfire thing. We'll do that first and then plan out what's gonna go on. Gonna do the veteran dungeon today unless it's a Pieka dungeon. Probably not gonna do that if we draw that one. But any other veteran dungeon we're gonna do. And then we still have that unlimited pass. I could use that today if I feel like it. What do we have for shadow missions? Doran's request. I'm not doing that. That's boring. We'll do other alchemists though. That's fine. This campfire is a good excuse to use the pillow. Let's try maybe right here. Wait. Try that. There we go, like that. That'll work. So we have the other alchemists today. Could work on Dan tests maybe. Oh, and I'll do Grandmaster Astrologer quests too. We'll get more seals for that. Wait, did I ever level up Last Lancer, or did we get it close? Yeah, here we go. Level up that. Level up that. And that one. So we got 2 strength in total for that. What level are my other shields anyway? Are those all rank 1? Yeah, I do need to pick up natural shield though. I'd probably get a little bit of MP for leveling that. Should probably do some meditation work too. Could have a quest for that. No? But other than meditation and getting natural shield, there isn't too much else to work on for magic stuff. First character I've ever gotten Dan 3 healing on. Ooh, maybe I could Dan rank some of the Chain Slasher skills a little bit. I wonder if I Dan ranked Deathmark, if that would improve Polar Vortex a little bit or something. I want to check on that. Let's take a look. Not compatible with time shift. Okay, so it looks like that one daily is done, the campfire thing. So we're done here. We get our second weekly for this tomorrow. Let's go figure out what the veteran dungeon is. Berry dungeon. There's still 45% chance. Okay, I'm gonna try and take that past level 3. Get some stones. So we'll have 28 chances. So we're level 3 now. That was successful? Nice. Maybe I should just leave that as... Consider that good enough. No, I'm not gonna mess with luck. We're gonna call that good enough. I was expecting that to fail. Okay, the normal daily dungeon is Meth Dungeon. I don't really care about those. Since I have the unlimited veteran Foamer pass, I might as well do both dungeons on veteran mode. So the question is, which one do I want to do first? But before we jump into that, we're gonna go to the association room and change to Dark Diviner. Okay, safe. And staff. Let's go and do Meth Dungeon first. Coming up those two. Also, I should probably use that for some more movement speed. Should give us like 8% more. Alright, let's go. Oh wait, that's the wrong. Yeah. We want to use the unlimited pass here. Okay, we're at about 23 minutes in and at the boss. Well, 3 bosses. Got 3 of them here. Let's start out with some meteor. Luckily I can get all 3 of them with that first one. Wonder if I can pull those guys close together. Or at least those two. And then... yeah, just like that. I don't usually like attacking two of them at once, but these two want to be injured together, so be it. Focus on this one for now. I don't want to catch the other one's attention. I can pull those two close together. Oops, a little bit too late there. Okay, keep them close, push them back. Do that. Don't go too far apart. You two wanted to stay together so bad, now you're going to. Come on back here. What are you heading over there for? Okay, got that one. Insufficient MP, come on. There we go, 31 minutes and 14 seconds. It's probably the best veteran clear with Xanafiedlion so far. But yeah, it's working well mixing Battle Astrologer with Arc Diviner. Oh wow, we got a lot of smoldering thread here. An emerald, some reforged tools, some spirit gems. Okay, let's get some MP back, so Nimbus will regenerate. We'll increase our mana regeneration speed. And then the Corgi is also a big help. There, we're pretty much good to go now. And Berry Dungeon was the other one, so we're gonna go do that next. So the normal daily dungeon is done. How full is the server right now? Oh wow. Not too bad. Okay, now for the actual veteran run. Alright, boss time. So we have like 5 of these guys, something like that? Yeah, 5 of them. I wonder if we're safe right about here. Okay, so meteor. Get that out of the way first. We'll get these 3. And those 2. Good, that did a lot of damage. Okay, we're just gonna focus on those two. Together. Okay, that's two of them down. Okay, three of them down, two to go. Let's see if we can pull those two together. Whoops. Not quite. I could push them together like this. Okay, then do that. It's a little hard to see with all this crap in the way. Whoops. That didn't go as planned. That's okay. So I finished up the last dungeon in like 31 minutes and 18 seconds, I think. This one took about 28 minutes and 10 seconds. Honestly, I'm surprised. I kind of expected this one to take longer. Okay, Smoldering Thread, Reforged Tools, Spirit Gems. Ooh, that's actually my Spirit Gem's favorite type of gem that we just got. So that'll be good for him. And then we have these as well. 75%. Get that bond up on some of these. Okay, looks like that's it. So yeah, in under an hour we did 2 veteran dungeons.
수차 돌아가는 건 참 신기해.
Let's go over here. And today is Wednesday, so there might be a new post on the main site, I don't know. Let's check that out. See if there's anything new to look at. First of all, open these.
나랑 좀 놀아줘.
Any past selection box. Can I select those? Yeah. I have like 11 days on those.
이제 또 뭐랄까?
Wait, I should use that after I switch to Blast Lancer so we can get the XP on that.
뭐 일이니까.
가만히 있자.
Switch this real fast. And then I'll use those 2 fruits. Alright, and now let's check for Mabby news. Okay, looks like we have 3 things down here. So we have the Aaron Adventure Pass Season 3, I guess. So they're still doing this Adventure Pass crap. And we have the maintenance announcement, and then the live stream Starbox. Let's take a look at all those. The problem with the rewards from the Adventure Pass box is that they aren't tradable. So like the outfits, the chairs and stuff, like you can't trade them. Or like sell them. You can move them between characters using the bank, I think, but that's about it. Honestly, this would probably be worth it if they removed that stupid trade crap instead of locking it on your character. So what do we get? So this is a chair item. Spirit transformation liquor. Looks okay, I guess. And wait, these are the normal rewards, I think? Yeah, so this is all the stuff you can get for free without paying any money. Jeez, syringe lance appearance scroll. Well, bad news if you have needle phobia like I do. Mysterious hairpin. A storm outside the window. This is kind of cool. Are we still in the normal rewards? Yeah, we are. And all the, yeah, all the rewards are not tradable? Okay. Then we have the blunt weapon lightning lantern. Toxic vapor second title. That's kind of cool. Okay, so what's in the special rewards? So this is everything that you have to like pay money for. So lightning earrings, a face square thing. Hall of Thunder coupon. So the coupon is tradable once, but the item itself isn't. So you can actually sell this one in the coupon form, but that's about it. A spirit transformation liquor. Lightning weapons, which they've given out in all their other ones before. There's only 2 new additions here, so this isn't very good. Gloves box, okay. Outfits. A lot of small stuff. These are chairs. Boxes and chairs are tradable once, so I guess you can trade these. That's good. It looks like they're making a couple of things like more tradable than before, because like before like everything in it wasn't tradable like at all, except for like the homestead item coupons. But it looks like now they're making some of the more useless things tradable once, like the chairs. Things aren't really that relevant for anything but appearance. Second title. Effect change card for Magnum Shot. And a Catsid Whistle, which is kind of pointless because with the current event, with the campfire event going on, we can already get a Catsid pet anyway. I mean, the lightning effect does look kind of cool, but why make it one of these pets when players can already get one free from the current event that's going on? That just doesn't really make a lot of sense. But the pet can be traded using a pet medal, so that's good. So it looks like they've taken some of the feedback and have made like a couple of the items that are just like purely cosmetic tradable ones for like some of the chairs and stuff. But it's still a pretty bad deal, seeing as you can't really sell like a lot of this stuff. Some of the free rewards are cool though, like I like this chair. And the syringe items are kind of cool, I guess. A little terrifying though. So maintenance from 7 to 10, pretty standard. Sometimes the maintenance starts at 5 in the morning instead, but usually it's from 7 to 10. High school box is ending. Some minor bug fixes. And what else do we have here? Then we have this new gacha. Halos are kind of crap. I don't really care about that. I guess the support puppets are kind of cute. Those look alright. Oh, and a seven-tailed fox Stardust. They should show like a picture of the foxes from behind too, so we can actually see if they really have 7 tails or not. Like you can tell this one has at least 2, this one has at least 2, but do they all really have 7 tails? We should see the back of them so we can confirm that. And then they have some concept art. I think the support puppets are probably like the best looking things in this gacha. That's about it. Let me take one more look. Yeah, probably just the support puppets mostly. The Stardust is kind of cool too, but I would like to see it from behind so we can actually see if they have 7 tails like it says they do. Because like one example would be... One example would be the 9-tailed fox pet, for example, where it's kind of like a lie. I wonder if it will say it right here or not. I didn't know it was a reference to Maple Story. Yeah, despite its name, the fox only has 5 tails, similar to the Maple Story variant. So it's not actually a 9-tailed fox, despite its name. So I'm wondering if, like, this is the same situation for the Stardust stuff. Will they really actually have 9 or 7 tails like the name suggests, or not? They probably won't. So it's just kind of misleading to call it that when it probably doesn't have that many tails. Okay, we're gonna do Grandmaster missions next. Okay, so what do we have? Four-player Grandmaster mission. Okay, and then... So we're gonna do two of them today. I guess in this case it would be better to equip the scythe as well. Do I need to get a new orb? Not yet. It'll be fine for this mission. And done. With both those. Use that. I'm gonna try and draw a shadow mission pass, and then we'll do the Tara daily shadow mission. There, that's what I need. I guess I could do Nowhere to Run, too. Let's get that. And then... get one of those crystals. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna run the other alchemist's shadow mission in Tara. We're gonna get that done really quick. And then after that, we're gonna do Nowhere to Run after Rebirth. And get as many levels as we can. Okay, Elite, the other alchemists. How long does that potion gonna last? 19 minutes? Actually, on second thought, that potion would be put to better use doing the, doing the Beltane mission. Let's do the Beltane mission first. Okay. Actually forfeit this for a second. Fighting Flames, welcome. Just doing some quick leveling up. So, nowhere to run on Elite. And let's use that crystal too. That pet buff will help a little bit. Yeah, I know you can disable, like, the screen shake stuff. I actually don't really mind the screen shake, like, as much as a lot of other players do. I kind of like it. Kind of makes the skill... kind of adds more weight to the skill, sort of. So I'm one of the few players that likes it. Okay, the XP gain is pretty slow now, so that's good enough. Let's get out of here. And then, really quick, we'll do a rebirth. And then we'll do Feather Alchemists on Elite. So we'll mostly just spam thunder here. Oh, so the center room is next. Done. I'm gonna get this small room back here too. The problem with these shadow missions is that the poison effect is basically useless. Like, this is an elite shadow mission. They should make that poison, like, way stronger. The poison from spiders in, like, advanced dungeons are more effective than that crap. If the poison was, like, that strong here, that would make it a little bit more challenging. Okay, one more room than the boss. And we're not even gonna enter the boss room. Not first, anyway. Gonna attack him right through here. Not me waste my time with the trash like that, boss. Spirit gems, reforged tools. Then Elite Pass for Sniper War. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, let's get out of here. Yeah, there's that Sniper War Pass. Maybe I'll use that. Oh, wait a minute, how many? Do I have one more unlimited trial mission pass left? I think I might. Yeah, let's use this now. We'll do Shadowcast City, run of that, and then I'll do Sniper War, and then wrap it up. Use that. Okay, then let's use that elite pass that we got from the previous mission to do Sniper War. Okay, we're gonna get through that one a little bit faster. Done. Okay, that's everything. %. Nice. Maybe I'll be able to get that to level 73 before the end of the week. Could just buy some of the gems he likes, though. Deposit that. Yeah, why not? Let's get some of those gems. Speed it up a little bit. Get 3 of them, I guess. Raise that pond a little bit. So I believe I need 3 points to take this up, so 1 more level. Alright, well I think that's good enough for today. We did Grandmaster tests, 2 veteran dungeons, a bunch of elite missions. And even some spirit weapon progress. Let's see if I can take up any explosive vanguard skills real quick. Got 8 more levels to go on this. Well, closer to 7.5 levels now, actually. Alright, we're gonna wrap up today's stream here, and tomorrow I will be working on Dying Light, the Beast, from noon until 3, and then the usual Mabby stream at 4. We'll be starting the Mabby stream on time tomorrow, probably. Today there was some problems with OBS updating and stuff, so that's why we started late today.